Let us continue chemical properties of alcohol. In that first one, we will take a cleavage of OH bond. Cleavage of OH bond we will take. Now we are taking alcohol. This alcohol we will treat with sodium. What we will get in the sense sodium alkoxide we will take. Sodium alkoxide we will get plus hydrogen gas. So now this alcohol ROH, here it is having two lone pairs. The bond is having two electrons. Sodium is giving one electron and becomes Na plus. This electron is taken by this hydrogen. This bond is shifting here. Therefore, it becomes RO minus. This hydrogen becomes hydrogen gas. Okay. Next, phenol reacting with the sodium. That we will see. Phenol reacting with the sodium. Phenol will take. We are taking phenol. It is reacting with the sodium. Sodium is giving one electron. Then sodium is becoming Na plus. This electron is attacking this H. This bond is shifting here. Therefore, we will get a phenoxide. We will get. We are getting what in the sense sodium phenoxide. We are getting sodium phenoxide and hydrogen gas we are getting. Okay, this is what in the sense alkoxide. It is sodium alkoxide. It is sodium phenoxide we can say. Sorry. So phenol reacting with the sodium to give sodium phenoxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, next. Phenol reacting with the sodium hydroxide. Reacting with the sodium hydroxide. So what is removed in the sense H plus here OH minus here. Water is removed. This bond is shifting to O. So we are getting a phenoxide Na plus. Sodium phenoxide we are getting and water. Okay. So alcohol with the sodium gives hydrogen gas. Phenol with the sodium gives hydrogen gas. But phenol with the sodium hydroxide, salt and water. Salt is sodium phenoxide. Okay. In these reactions, between OH bond is breaking. OH bond is breaking, we can say. Okay. Next, we will take esterification. Next, we are considering esterification. We will consider. So, esterification means we have to take alcohol. We have to take. Then we have to take carboxylic acid. Then we have to take carboxylic acid in the presence of what in the sense corn sulfuric acid gives what in the sense ester. Ester will be obtained. Okay. So we are getting what in the sense ester we are getting and water. So what is the mechanism here? So what is the mechanism involved in this one? That we'll see. Now carboxylic acid with H plus. Carboxylic acid is treated with H plus, concentrated sulfuric acid. Now this lone pair is attacking this H plus. Therefore, we are getting here. We are getting like this. So plus charge is there. Next, what happens means alcohol is attacking. Alcohol is attacking this carbon. This bond is migrating. Therefore, we are getting a RCO. Then this OHR. Water is leaving. Okay, this water is leaving. So we got like this. Then this bond is shifting like this. That bond is shifting like this. Then this bond is shifting like this. Therefore, H plus is leaving. H plus is leaving in the sense we can get ester. We can get ester. Therefore, it is called a esterification reaction. Like this, we can say. So here we have taken what in the sense carboxylic acid reacting with alcohol to give what in the sense ester. Now we will take alcohol. We will take. Then anhydride we will take. Anhydride. Okay, we are taking what in the sense anhydride. We are taking anhydride. So what is the product? That we'll see. Alcohol with anhydride in the presence of what in the sense concentrated sulfuric acid. This is anhydride. It is anhydride. Alcohol with anhydride in the presence of corn sulfuric acid. Okay. So what is the mechanism involved here? That we'll see. First, anhydride will be attacked by what in the sense acid. So H plus is attacking this anhydride. Okay. This anhydride we are writing. This is attacking this H plus. So we are getting a or C double bond O, here OH, here positive charge will be there. It will have only one lone pair O or C. Okay. Then what happens means alcohol is attacking. Alcohol will attack this. This alcohol is attacking this carbon. This bond is migrating. Therefore, we are getting a or C double bond O, OH, or this oxygen will have positive charge. What is removed in the sense carboxylic acid is removed. This is carboxylic acid removed. Then from here H plus will be removed. This bond is shifting like this. H plus is removed. So we are getting a ester. We are getting ester. Okay, this bond is shifting to oxygen. Therefore, H plus will be removed. So we are getting ester. So alcohol reacting with anhydride to give what in the sense ester. Next, alcohol with acid halide. Now we'll take the reaction. Alcohol with acid halide will take acid halide. In the presence of what in the sense? In the presence of pyridine. In the presence of pyridine, what we will get, we will see. Okay, the alcohol we have taken, acid halide we have taken, now pyridine we have taken. So what is the product we will get, that we will see. Now we will go for the mechanism. So we will take acid halide. We have taken acid halide. We will take pyridine. We will take. So pyridine formula is what in the sense C5H5N. C5H5N. It is pyridine. Here pi bonds will give. Okay, we have given pyridine, we have given. So how the attack will be there means the attack will be like this. So we will get RC O minus. This O minus will have 3 lone pairs. Here what is coming in the sense pyridine comes. Pyridine comes, nitrogen gets positive charge. Then here Cl will be there. So what is the next step takes place? That point we will see. Next step is this bond comes like this. This bond is leaving. Okay, so we are getting a RCO. This N. This N will have positive charge. Okay, like this is there. Cl minus is left. Next, alcohol is attacking. Alcohol is attacking this carbon. This bond is leaving. Therefore, we are getting a RCO OHR. This oxygen is having positive charge. This bond is shifting to oxygen. Therefore, we are getting a ester. We are getting ester. Okay. Now, this is here we are getting. It is esterification. Ester we are getting. Well, this is also esterification. Ester we are getting. These are reversible processes. Reversible in the sense forward and backward process. Forward reaction will be there. Backward reaction will be there in these cases. Okay. Here also forward and backward reversible process it is, but it is not reversible process. It is not reversible process. Okay, sir. Next reaction will take in the esterification. Next reaction will take. Now I will take a carboxylic acid. Here what in the sense alcohol. This compound is called a salicylic acid. This compound is called salicylic acid. Okay. This salicylic acid is treated with what in the sense acetic anhydride. This salicylic acid is treated with acetic anhydride. Okay. This salicylic acid is treated with acetic anhydride in the presence of acid. In the presence of acid, it is treated. So what we will get, that we will see. Now the mechanism we will see in this case. The mechanism is this acid anhydride is attacked by this H plus. Now we will take acid anhydride. Here oxygen is having 2 lone pairs. This lone pair is attacking this H plus. Therefore, we will get like this. We will get like this. We will get. Then what happens means this alcoholic part is attacking. Alcoholic part is what means like this. In the salicylic acid, this alcoholic part is attacking. It is attacking here. This bond is migrating. Therefore, carboxylic acid is leaving. Carboxylic acid is leaving. So what we will get in the sense CH3CO, this OH, this OH, then here we will say carboxylic acid. Okay, then from here H plus is leaving, H plus leaving. So what we will get in the sense CH3, COO. Okay, here COH. So we got ester. So therefore, in the salicylic acid, this alcoholic group and this acid anhydride in the presence of acid is reacting to give what in the sense ester we can say. So we got ester. This ester is called acetyl. This CH3CO is called acetyl. CH3CO is called acetyl. This group is from salicylic acid. Therefore, acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl salicylic acid we can say. Acetyl salicylic acid we can say. Okay, so we got acetyl salicylic acid. This acetyl salicylic acid is called what in the sense aspirin. Aspirin is called this acetyl salicylic acid. Okay, next, so far we have discussed cleavage of what in the sense the OH bond we have discussed. Now we will see cleavage of CO bond in alcohols. Cleavage of CO bonds in alcohols we will see. Okay, now we will take one reaction. Alcohol will take, then we will treat this with halogen acid HX. Halogen acid, what we are getting in the sense RX plus water we are getting. So what is the mechanism involved in this one we will see. Now we will take alcohol. In the alcohol, oxygen is having 2 lone pairs. In this HX we will take HX. In the HX, X is having 3 lone pairs. Bond is having 2 electrons. This is attacking this one. Therefore, this bond is shifting here. So X minus is leaving. Then what we are getting means like this we are getting. Okay, so we got so and so. Then what is happening means this X minus now it is attacking. This X minus is having 4 lone pairs. It is attacking this R, then this bond is leaving. So we are getting RX. Water is leaving. Water is left. Water is left. Okay. Now this test is called what in the sense Lucas test we can say. Lucas test. To do this Lucas test, we are using what is a reagent in the sense Lucas reagent we are taking. What is a Lucas reagent in the sense corn HCl plus anhydrous ZnCl2. Anhydrous ZnCl2. Corn HCl plus anhydrous ZnCl2 is Lucas reagent. Okay. Now we will take alcohol. We will add Lucas reagent into this. What happens means alcohol is dissolving. Alcohol is immiscible. This alcohol, okay, is we will add into Lucas reagent. What happens? Okay, what happens here? That point we will see. Alcohol is soluble in Lucas reagent, while alkyl halide is immiscible in Lucas reagent. Okay, sir. Now this point we have given, alcohol is soluble in Lucas reagent while alkyl halide is immiscible in Lucas reagent. Okay. Now I will take tertiary alcohol. I am taking tertiary alcohol. To this what is added in the sense Lucas reagent is added. To this Lucas reagent is added. Immediately we are getting turbidity. Immediately. Turbidity is obtained immediately we can say. Sir. We will take secondary alcohol. To this we will add Lucas reagent. What happens means we are getting turbidity within 5 to 10 minutes. Within 5 to 10 minutes we are getting. Next we are taking primary alcohol. To this we are adding Lucas reagent. What is happening means no turbidity is obtained. Turbidity is not obtained. But turbidity is not obtained at room temperature. But gives turbidity on heating. Okay. Now, so 3 alcohols responded like this. Okay. So what about phenols in the sense phenols do not respond. Phenols do not respond. Phenols do not respond. So now tertiary alcohol with Lucas reagent gives turbidity immediately in the sense which is soluble in Lucas reagent. Alcohol is soluble in Lucas reagent. Alkyl halide is insoluble in Lucas reagent. Tertiary alcohol with Lucas reagent, turbidity is immediately formed in the sense that tertiary alcohol is immediately converting into alkyl halide. That's why, isn't it? Tertiary alcohol gives turbidity immediately in the sense tertiary alcohol immediately forms alkyl halide with Lucas reagent. Yes or no? Okay. Secondary alcohol forms alkyl halide within 5 to 10 minutes. Primary alcohol is not forming alkyl halide at room temperature, whereas forming alkyl halide on heating, isn't it? That means what is the meaning of this one in the sense this CO bond is easily breaking for tertiary, not for secondary, somewhat difficult, primary, still more difficult. Okay, the CO bond easily breaks in a tertiary case. The CO bond is easily breaks in a tertiary case, but in secondary case, not that much easy. In primary case, difficult to break. Sir, why is it so? What is the reason involved in this one? That we'll see. Okay, so tertiary alcohol we'll take. We have taken a tertiary alcohol. So first it is treating with acid. Therefore, we are getting a so and so. We got so and so. Since it is a tertiary alcohol, it is converting into carbocation. It is converting into carbocation. Then X minus attacking this, therefore we are getting a tertiary halide. We are getting what in the sense a tertiary halide. So tertiary alcohol is this oxygen is treating with H plus. We are getting like this. Here water is removed. Anhydrous zinc chloride we have taken. Anhydrous zinc chloride takes this water. Therefore it is converting into carbonium ion. This carbonium ion is attacked by X minus. So we are getting tertiary alkyl halide. Okay. This is a mechanism involved for a tertiary alcohol. So what about for secondary alcohol? Secondary alcohol, if you take secondary alcohol, first treated with H plus. Therefore, what we are getting in the sense oxonium ion we are getting. We are getting a oxonium ion in this case. Then X minus is attacking. X minus is attacking this secondary alcohol. How the X minus will attack in the sense in a reverse back. Okay, it will not convert into carbocation as like tertiary. Therefore, we are getting what in the sense secondary alcohol we are getting. Secondary alkyl halide we are getting. Therefore, now you see that this carbocation is stabilized by 3 alkyl groups. Since it is tertiary, rate of reaction is fast. Since it is secondary, rate of reaction is slow. Therefore, it gives turbidity. This is turbidity. It is insoluble in a Lucas reagent. This turbidity is formed within 5 to 10 minutes. But this turbidity is formed immediately. What about primary alcohol? Primary alcohol, if you take primary alcohol is treated with H plus, therefore it is giving a CH2 so and so. So what happens now X minus is attacking here, this is leaving. Okay, at room temperature this bond is not breaking, therefore it is not converting into halide. This is not converting into halide at room temperature, therefore no turbidity at room temperature. But on heating, what happens means you are supplying temperatures, you are supplying heat, therefore this bond is breaking, therefore primary alkyl halide is formed. Okay, so primary alcohol with Lucas reagent, no reaction at room temperature because this bond is not breaking. But on heating, reaction takes place because you are supplying heat, therefore this bond is breaking, so you are getting halide. Okay, so that primary alcohol is not giving Lucas reagent test at room temperature. Okay, secondary alcohol gives within 5 to 10 minutes. Tertiary alcohol gives immediately, we can say. Sir, why phenols is not giving? Phenols not responding Lucas reagent test. Phenols not responding Lucas reagent test. What is the reason? We'll see. Now I will take phenol. I have taken phenol. In the phenol, what is possible in the sense resonance is possible. That means this lone pair comes as pi bond, this pi bond comes as negative charge. Resonance is possible in the phenol. Here double bond, here bonds we can give, here positive charge we can give. Okay, so here will not positive charge. For which positive charge? In the sense for oxygen positive charge. For oxygen positive charge, here negative charge. Next resonance structure we'll see. Next resonance structure means a negative charge comes as pi bond comes as negative charge. Okay, so here OH we can say, here positive charge, here double bond, then we can say here pi bond, here negative charge. Okay, next step we'll see negative charge becomes pi bond becomes negative charge. So how it will be there? Here OH positive charge, here double bond, here pi bonds, here negative charge. Okay, because of resonance, CO bond becomes partial double bond character. Okay, therefore in phenol, this CO bond, okay, this is a partial double bond. This is partial double bond. Therefore, it is not breaking easily in Lucas reagent. So this partial double bond does not break with the Lucas reagent. Therefore, phenols do not undergo Lucas reagent test. Okay. So why phenols do not respond for Lucas reagent test? In the sense the CO bond is partial double bond. Because of partial double bond, it is not reacting with the Lucas reagent, we can say. Set. Next reaction will take alcohol we have taken. This is treated with a phosphorus halide PX3 or PX5. What happens means RCl alkyl halide will be obtained. Okay. Next, this alcohol on dehydration, gives what? In the sense alkene. Alcohol on dehydration gives what? In the sense alkene, we can say. Okay, now we will take alcohol, that is what? In the sense CTH5OH. It is treated with what? In the sense dilute sulfuric acid at 160 to 170 degrees Celsius. What is obtained means CTH4 and water. Okay, so how the reaction takes place, that we will see. We'll see the mechanism in this case. Now here CTH5OH I will take. CTH5 I have written, then I will write OH. CTH5OH I have written. Now first it is treated with H plus. Dilute sulfuric acid means H plus will be there. Now this oxygen is attacking this H plus. Therefore, what is formed? In the sense oxonium ion is formed. So here bond, here we can say so and so two hydrogens, here positive charge, we can say oxonium ion is formed, we can say. Okay. Next, what is happening? In the sense this bond is shifting. Therefore, we are getting CH3, CH2 plus. Next step, what happens means this H plus is leaving. Therefore, this bond is shifting like this. So we are getting ethylene. We are getting. So what is leaving means H plus is leaving. Okay. So another possibility, what is like this possible? H plus is leaving. Therefore, we are getting ethylene. We are getting. Okay. Now we will see the reactant is what? In the sense ethanol. What is the product? Ethylene. This carbon is having 3 hydrogens, but the carbon is having 2 hydrogens, means 1 hydrogen is removed. This carbon is having OH group, that OH group is not there here. That means from this compound 1 hydrogen and 1 OH group is removed. Therefore, this reaction is called what? In the sense elimination reaction. This elimination reaction is taken place in the presence of what? In the sense dilute sulfuric acid. So in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid, this ethanol goes for what process? In the sense elimination reaction. This process is called what? In the sense dehydration. Why dehydration? Means removal of water. That's why dehydration. How the water will be removed? In the sense the carbon carrying OH group is removed. That neighboring carbon called beta carbon. This carbon is alpha carbon because it is directly attached to functional group. This carbon is beta carbon. From beta carbon, beta hydrogen is removed. So from beta carbon, beta hydrogen, alpha carbon OH group will be removed as water. This process is called what? In the sense dehydration, we can say. Set. In the dehydration, next reaction we'll see. Next we'll take like this reaction. So we have taken a alcohol, we have taken a so and so alcohol. Okay. Now it is treated with what? In the sense of dilute sulfuric acid. It is treated with the dilute sulfuric acid. What is the product we will get? That we will see. Okay. Now, first what is happening means protonation is possible. First, protonation is possible. Okay. Due to protonation, this alcohol becomes oxonium ion. Next step, removal of water. Therefore, we are getting primary carbocation. Okay, we got primary carbocation. Sir, then from this primary carbocation, what is removed? What has to be removed? H plus has to be removed. Okay, from this carbocation, from this primary carbocation, what has to be removed in the sense H plus has to be removed. Okay, from this H plus is leaving, so we are getting what product in the sense so and so product we are getting. Okay, so and so product. Now we will take the reaction like this. Now another reaction will take this CH3, CH, CH3, this CH, CH3, OH. Like this I will take. What is the first step? Attacking of H plus. Therefore, OH group becomes oxonium ion. OH group becomes what in the sense oxonium ion we can say. OH group becomes oxonium ion. Okay. What is the next step? Next step is removal of water. Therefore, we will get CH3, CH double bond CH. Here CH3, here CH3 we can say. Now it is here one mistake is there, it is not double bond, here single bond. Okay. Now which is having positive charge means this carbon is having positive charge. What is the next step involving here? Here like this we can take. Now from this bond is shifting like this. Therefore we will get CH3, C double bond CH, CH3. Here CH3. This compound we will get. Okay. Therefore now so and so compound we said here double bond we said like this. Is there any other possibility? Is there any other possibility? That also we will see. That CH3, this CH3 I will write like this. Now what happens means we'll see another possibility. This bond is coming like this, therefore H plus is leaving. So H plus is leaving in the sense we'll get like this. Okay. Therefore here two alkenes possible. Two alkenes possible. It is one alkene, it is another alkene. So that which is correct? Which one is correct? Which one is correct in the sense now this alkene, if you see this alkene is having three alkyl groups. This CC double bond is having three substituents. This CC double bond is having only one substituent. Therefore, this stability is more, this stability is less. Okay, this CC double bond is having three methyl groups. That means this CC double bond is having three alkyl groups, whereas this CC double bond is having only one alkyl group. Therefore, it is more stable, it is less stable. How do we say that this is more stable when compared to this? That we will see. Now I will take a so and so compound I will take. So and so compound I will take. Here this is carbon carbon double bond is there. It is alkene. This alkene is stabilized by which effect? That we will see. This alkene is stabilized by which effect? Here this is CH3. Here CH. This is what in the sense CH2. Okay. Now what is resonance possible in the sense hyperconjugation resonance is possible. How the hyperconjugation is possible in the sense what is the hyperconjugation here? That we will see. Here this pi bond, and this alpha CH bond undergoes this pi bond and alpha CH bond undergoes overlapping. Due to this overlapping, what happens here? What happens here in the sense what happens means this pi bond goes to this place, this sigma bond goes to this place. Okay, therefore we are getting a CH2. Here this is having lone pair, therefore negative charge. Here double bond, here CH, here single bond CH2 plus, CH2 plus. Okay, like this possible. This is no bond resonance hyperconjugation. So double bond is going for resonance with alpha CH bond, alpha CH bond. Here three alpha CH bonds are there. Therefore, three resonance structures we can write. Okay. Now, in this case, this CH3 group can go for hyperconjugation. It is going for hyperconjugation. It is going for hyperconjugation. Therefore, how many hyperconjugative resonance structures means 9 hyperconjugative resonance structures for this. But in this case, only one alpha CH bond, therefore only one hyperconjugative resonance structure. Therefore, this stability is more, this stability is less. Okay, this is called what in the sense sides of product. It is called what in the sense sides of product, we can say. This is a major. Sides of says that that is more substituted alkene is the major product. Okay, so we said this alcohol on dilute sulfuric acid, this alcohol on treating with a dilute sulfuric acid, we are getting alkene. How that in the sense via sides of we are getting alkene, we are saying. So alcohol on dehydration gives what in the sense alkene. Alcohol and dehydration gives alkene, we said. Okay, next reaction we'll see. Next reaction what in the sense oxidation. Next reaction is oxidation. Alcohol undergoes oxidation, that point we'll see. Okay, alcohol undergoes oxidation. Now, what is the oxidizing agent we are taking? What is the oxidizing agent we are taking means acidic medium, basic medium, or a neutral medium. Neutral medium. Okay, here next we are seeing alcohol undergoing oxidation. We are seeing for this case we have taken oxidizing agent. What is the oxidizing agent we are taking means acidic medium or basic medium or a neutral medium of potassium permanganate. Of what in the sense potassium permanganate. It is one oxidizing agent. Another oxidizing agent is what in the sense acidified potassium dichromate. Acidified potassium dichromate. Next reducing agent is what in the sense dilute nitric acid. Dilute nitric acid. Okay, so what happens here that we'll see. Now we'll take primary alcohol. Primary alcohol we are taking. This is undergoing oxidation. So how the oxidation will be there in the sense RCH2OH, RCH2OH will be there. This nascent oxygen comes. This nascent oxygen takes one hydrogen and one nitrogen, then becomes water. Okay, now what happens means this bond is shifting here. Therefore, that bond is shifting here, so that what we are getting in the sense we are getting aldehyde. This aldehyde on further oxidation gives what in the sense carboxylic acid. Okay, therefore primary alcohol on undergoing oxidation with so and so oxidizing agent to give first aldehyde, then what it gives in the sense carboxylic acid it gives. Okay, then we will see about secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol we will take. We are taking secondary alcohols. First nascent oxygen, what happens? What is removed? We will see. Now this hydrogen, this oxygen, removed as water. So what is obtained in the sense ketone is obtained. So we are getting what in the sense ketone we are getting. Okay, so secondary alcohol gives what in the sense ketone we can say. Okay, what about tertiary alcohol? That we will see. Now we are talking about tertiary alcohol. It is what in the sense tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol on treating what happens means here what is the reaction takes place in this case, that in the sense this bond is shifting, after protonation. It is going for protonation. After protonation only, like this shift takes place after protonation. That means first we will go for what in the sense first we will go for protonation. That means what here there is no way for protonation. No, Oxidation only possible. Now we are discussing about oxidation now. So nascent oxygen comes. Therefore, what happens means nascent oxygen comes in the sense we are getting a ketone. We are getting not ketone. Ketone also we are not getting here in the tertiary alcohol. In the tertiary alcohol, what is happening means dehydration is possible. In the dehydration only possible. It is not undergoing oxidation. Dehydration is possible. Therefore, what we are getting in the sense here CH, here CH, or it is a double one or. So we are getting a alkene. We are getting we are getting what in the sense alkene. So tertiary alcohol on oxidation gives alkene. Secondary alcohol on oxidation gives ketone. Primary alcohol on oxidation with first aldehyde, then carboxylic acid. Then it is giving what in the sense carboxylic acid will be formed. Okay. Next, we'll see about periodate oxidation. Next, we'll see about periodate oxidation. Periodate oxidation. In the periodate oxidation, what is happening means compounds that have hydroxyl groups or hydroxyl group and carboxylic group atoms undergo periodate oxidation. Sir, in this periodate oxidation, how it will be there? That point we will see. Periodate oxidation will take. Now we will take the compound like this. We will take the compound what in the sense we are taking diol. We are take diol. Okay. Then it is treated with what in the sense HiO4. HiO4 I will write. HiO4 I have taken. So what is happening means so water is leaving. So water is leaving. Then we are getting we are getting like this. Okay, we are getting like this compound. Then from this if H plus leaves, from this if H plus leaves, it will be what? O minus. Sir. So next step we'll see. Sir, next step what happens? Next step is next step. What is a possibility? What is the possibility of next step in the sense? This bond migrates like this. This bond migrates like this. This bond migrates like this. Therefore, it is breaking. CC bond breaking. Therefore, like this. Here it becomes what in the sense C double bond O. Then this becomes what in the sense HiO3. This becomes what in the sense HiO3. HiO3 is called iodic acid. Iodic acid. Okay. Therefore, this is HiO3 is called iodic acid. We can say HiO4 is called periodic acid. We can say periodic acid. Okay. Therefore, what periodic acid does? Periodic acid does what in the sense carbon-carbon bond will be broken if the neighboring carbons carrying OH groups. That means a diol. If it is vicinal diol, then carbon-carbon sigma bond can be broken. Okay. So like this possible. Now we will take one compound. What is our compound we are taking in the sense glycerol we are taking? So glycerol formula we will write. This is what compound in the sense glycerol is the compound. Okay. It undergoes periodic oxidation. So how it will be there, that we will see. Now first we will write periodic acid. First one I will write. So here what is removed means water is removed.